Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. We're heading back to Montana as we talk about Yellowstone, talk about season 5, episode 12. We're gonna wrap this thing up about 2 more episodes. Anyway, we'll see how it lands. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, well, thank you for clicking on us. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end. We got a lot of twists and turns. We're going to talk about Colby's farewell, which was well done, I would say. And what does it mean again for the rest of Yellowstone? And why was his death so important and touched everyone? I'm interested in have that discussion. Anyway, enjoy the intro. Oh wait! I got to do it now. Wait! This is gonna be funny. Wait! You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, another one bites the dust. And Mr. Ed took him out. I was didn't see that coming. But anyway, we'll talk about all of that. Who wants to start? Positives. Who else was happy with this episode, or at least somewhat?
I was happy. You know, we saw Lloyd, and he is like the OnStar or Yelp for all the ranches in the U.S. Jimmy got the got the news, and then everybody else, he had his little love Kobe had his little love moment over the phone with Teeter, and now she's all broken up. I thought it was a very good episode. Even the parts with Casey that were fantastical.
I like the phrase fantastical with Kim not being here. Let's do Chris real quick. Chris, what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, no, I liked it. Not a whole lot of fast-paced stuff going on, but I don't think it necessarily needed to. I did like the moment, I did like the beginning moment with Tater and Colby. You know what I mean? The whole oops, I accidentally said I love you. You know what I mean? He said, "Oh yeah, I love you too." However, I thought it was going to be her that was going to get it, especially after that whole rattlesnake thing. I thought at that point I was like, "Uh-oh, something bad about to happen." But I thought it was her, so I did not see Colby because Colby was in the background, so I definitely didn't see him because it was like they got a lot to deal with over in Yellowstone. Over Texas, there's a lot of stuff going on there that they got to be worried of. You know what I mean? So I definitely thought Tater was going to get it, but yeah, no, but that was a good moment. I love the moment with I love both of the moments that Beth had with both Rip and Carter. When everything, with the whole thing with Kobe going down, that I thought that's the thing. Even though she was kind of motherly to Carter, that talk was more of a big sister talk. I mean, you know what I mean? Because which I'm fine with too. Because a mother, because this is the thing. You saw her go into that storage room where he was hiding, and you just knew she was just going to start hugging him, and it's like everything's going to be all right, baby, or whatever. And he's like, hey, either you can kick your own ass, you know what I mean, or realize that if you keep kick your own ass, and everything that Kobe did to save you was all for nothing, just so you can live, you know what I mean, or you can just kind of get up and move, you know what I mean. So that was an awesome at that moment, that was an amazing big sister talk right there. But yeah, I thought that was good. Jimmy, because that's the thing. I forgot that Jimmy had so much respect for Dutton, for John and whatnot, especially everything that he has did, and just kind of picked him up. Yes, Rick was the one that brought him on board, but it was the big boss that he just did not expect. You know what I mean? That always had his back. Not only just paying for his surgeries and his medical and stuff, but also kind of gave his blessing to say, hey, be a real cowboy, and just kind of had like a one-on-one talk with him, something that at least we didn't really see Dutton even really do with characters like either Ryan, Colby, or even Lloyd. You know what I mean? He didn't have talks with any of those three. You know what I mean? But he had that talk with Jim. You know what I mean? So that's why I think Jimmy, that was a very powerful scene for him. Yeah, even though, yes, okay, there's some issues I had with the Casey scene at the end, but overall I did like it. Overall, I did like that scene at the end, especially with him taking his mask off. I liked it because these people don't really know him that well, and the fact that someone, like, he's trained this much, and the fact that someone shows you their face, that means he's all right just killing you guys. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. We don't know who all the types of people he killed now in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? He could have killed kids. All we know. You know what I mean? And he revealed his face, knowing that girl could grow up. Like Porter, like Proctor's little daughter trying to eventually coming after Tommy. You know what I mean? Like, go and get and get Casey or whatever, right? So I thought that was strong, and I love that moment with what's his name that was in the car with them at the very end, the last scene. Native American dude. What's his name?
Oh, Mo.
Mo. Yeah, Mo with the whole coup with the I forgot the full name of it, the coup thing. Which is actual battle thing that Native Americans do, where it's like more of it's an intimidation tactic that they do, where it's like they don't kill their enemies necessarily, but they do this intimidation tactic where to make sure basically say, I beat you, right? I beat you. Like, just know, like, I'll coming for you, So I like that you can see that at the end, Jimmy, the decision for him was he did choose the family. That moment he had with Mo in the previous episode, where he's like, yo, who are you going to choose? Like, the family or the land? He could have easily just taken him out, taken out Grant. You know what I mean? Easily, and he didn't, which some people might say that might backfire. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. But at the same time, I don't know if he wants to mess with Casey now that Casey literally read him a list of everything where his mother's at, where his wife lives, everything. So I like that moment too. And yeah, that was pretty much it. That was a lot. It was a very huge emotional episode. Even for Rip, I guess Rip was like, I was waiting for Rip to collapse, and just so much stuff going on with him between trying to keep the freaking Yellowstone ranch just going, meanwhile dealing with the death of Kobe. You know what I mean? So anyway, so yeah, so R.I.P. Kobe. We will be pouring some Hennessy over you, bro. So I'll be singing some Shabuzi in honor of you, man. Maybe some Beyonce from the new album. Oh, special fact, a little known fact too. The only reason why I even watched Yellowstone, because I came late to Yellowstone. A buddy of mine, because I had no interest in watching a show about cowboys, but someone had to convince me and say, because I asked him, like, yo, there ain't no black people. Like, wait, there is a black person in Yellowstone. A buddy of mine told me, like, the black person. I'm like, it's like, yo, and he's actually cool. He always wears shades and everything. And Kobe is one of the only reasons why I watched it. I had to wait till episode 3 to finally see this dude, but I finally saw, so ironically, Kobe is one of the real reasons why I watched Yellowstone in the first place, because I had no interest in watching it. So, and I'm glad I did, because it's a great show. So,
yeah. Thank you for that, Chris. Stacey, what are your thoughts?
It was a good episode. I was initially disappointed with the ending scene, that nobody's brain was splattered all over the place. Until they kind of explained the customs with Native Americans. And I'm like, okay, that works for Native Americans, but non-Native Americans, I'm not so sure if that was a good decision. Like, you have honor amongst your people. The rest of us don't. So just because, I scared you, you're not gonna not come back for me. Like, so I feel like that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass for some reason. And I'm not sure how that leads to him choosing the family over the land. I really didn't get how that was. Oh yeah,
I
you chose your family. Like how? I don't.
don't get that.
Maybe I'm being slow. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Did not get it. Anyway, Beth and Rip, I love them always. Every scene, I just love them. They're just like my little spirit animals running around. Kobe's death. I kind of don't care. Like to me, they didn't make it meaningful enough to really have like be like, oh my God, Kobe's dead. Like it was stupid. Like Carter, you got the bucket, open the door, put the bucket inside the door, close the door. No, he carries the bucket on the other side of the room with the horse. What? It didn't make sense. And then Kobe was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna push him away, you run. Then Kobe runs to the other side of the cage or whatever. And I was like, dude, why? It was stupid to me. I'm sorry. He didn't have to die like that. He could have been on a horse, got knocked off the horse, and got stoned. I would have been fine with that. The way they did it, I didn't like it. So no, thumbs down. And yes, I thought Teeter was the one that was going to get it in the beginning. Since they've been shitting on her all season. We didn't get Jamie at all, did we? No.
Yeah. Jamie. Yeah. So Jamie was dealing with
the
the
cops.
The cops going to get him. Yeah.
What was the document he was shredding?
Any evidence that Sarah had anything to do with the deal with the land?
It had to do with the land trust. That I'd have paused it. It had to do with the land trust. So.
But she's been running around town with these people like the whole time, so it's not like it's going to be that hard to connect her with.
Yeah. It didn't make a lot of damn sense. She's had several meetings at the state capitol with everyone, including Jamie. And you know who saw them? His assistant, who sees him get his ass whooped like every other week and be like, oh, that's the woman you were fucking on the desk. Like, officer, I saw her with him. Mm-hmm. And his head was in her lap. Like, they're a thing. Like, it's also something called phone records. Like, it's not that hard. Like what are you talking? I don't know who she is. I don't know. I mean, it was irritating. I don't know what they were trying to do with that part of the story. I don't get that.
I do like the way that Beth brought up that if he gets caught, then he's pretty much going to snitch out the whole family. I was like, yes, kill him now, please. And that's why I thought Casey was going to go like off Jamie, but. Yeah.
No, he actually saved Jamie's life.
That's what. So Giovanni said that to me. That Casey figured out that in that moment that Grant's next target was going to be Jamie. So therefore he picked the family by making sure Jamie was spared by the ops guys. And I was like,
no, because Jamie doesn't even know who the guy is. Because remember, they took the homegirl's phone and everything else, so he wouldn't even be connected to them. Like, yes. He knows that there's a group that exists, but it's not like he could snitch and be like, there he is. Like, he wouldn't be able to do it. Oh, girl was the one that.
We know that the company, they don't know how much in the loop or how out of the loop he is.
Yeah, but
they just know that he was involved with Sarah.
So okay, so fine, he's in the loop. She snitched. What would she tell him that would implement them? Like, he has no names because they didn't give her any names. He doesn't, you're just going to give him make them write to draw a description of what they look like. I don't know what they could have, what Jamie would have that could actually tell the cops it's these guys. But
what did Sarah necessarily have?
Nothing.
So I'm like, they killed her.
She had phone. Well, she knew that she actually had the actual location and everything. You know what I mean? So
even that again. So we talk about like that to make a lot of sense because again, she would have to snitch on herself. But then that means that the operators fucked up so bad that they left evidence that not only implicated them but somehow tied it back to Sarah. Which means you have to get to the boss to get to Sarah. It didn't make a lot of sense with that part. But anyway, black men always take the L. So yes. But anyway, but I would say
That's
I
a
just want to say
90s thing, Von Joyner. I mean, no, we starting to survive more, bro. You know, it
yo,
started with LL Cool J.
admit
LL Cool J was one of the first to survive. When he survived that shark attack in Deep Blue
Deep
Sea,
Blue Sea.
you know,
No,
that we were
No,
winning that.
it's just about
You know?
another, high profile Kobe, being taken out too soon.
That was Jamal. I was like, nah, it's two Kobe's. But
What?
I felt so I like this episode because they put so much effort into remembering Kobe and a character that really did not have any storyline whatsoever in this series. Like,
Except for Dave.
I want them to name a cow after him, and then when they start, making the beef, they just Kobe beef.
damn it, Jamal, you're working hard for these ones.
Oh my goodness, really, Jamon?
But seriously, like Walker, of all the hands, Walker had the most developed storyline out of any of them, right? You knew Walker, you heard him sing, you could point him out. I had to look
a whole backstory.
Right, we had a backstory. We saw his origins to the damn ranch, and like Kobe was just the guy next to the guy who got with the crazy white girl. Like, but they made him this episode. Like everybody at the Yellowstone was remembering him. Rip, like you said, Chris, Rip broke down. Like it's Kobe.
I don't think so. The thing is, though, so I will say this. I agree, but I also think the reason why Rip broke down wasn't because it was Kobe himself. It was, holy shit, this place is falling apart. Whether it was Kobe, whether it was Carter, or whoever, you know what I mean? I think it's the fact of like, and that's the part two of this of the series is the fact that the Cowboys are dying. The Cowboys are dying out, whether it's through multi-million-dollar establishments, whether it's new technology, whether it's the old owner is now dead. You know what I mean? We're dying out. You know what I mean? It's just so. And there's just nothing he can do about. To your point though, where I do agree, Walker wouldn't get in that same felt. Lloyd, yes. Now that's Lloyd. Now Lloyd, yes, I do agree. Walker, yes, Walker was fleshed out. You're right. Walker was fleshed out. A lot of people didn't like Walker, so that wouldn't have done shit. That wouldn't have done shit to people. It would have done something to us, maybe. You know what I mean? But then remember, he disappeared for like 2 seasons. So it was like. And then he just reemerged. It was like, matter of fact, we even thought he was going to be taken to the train station at one point too.
He was. He was.
You know what I mean? So it's like
it was Casey that stopped him from being murdered.
right. So I do agree. It should have been like Lloyd, unless I don't know. Now I'm starting to think Lloyd's going to go now too.
No. They got rid of the black guy. It's fine. Like they no, for real. Like,
do you remember the other black guy that just walked off and we?
The old dude. The old dude.
X-Files. He was like, "Hey, you know what? He had more of a backstory. He was like, I knew Walker from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
he said, "No, excuse me, I got to go back to the Chi real quick. All right,
I got to go back to the Chi. I got some
business I got to take.
Black Hamptons.
The Black Hamptons, like
Supernatural
business.
Am I that old that I only recognize him really pretty much from 21 Jump Street?
I never watched him on Jump Street.
Yeah, man. Jamari's right. And X-Files. If you go
Supernatural.
I didn't watch Supernatural, so Chris got me on that one. But I felt in some kind of way Taylor was further shitting on Kevin Costner. Like he gave Colby the kind of reflection that John should have had by now. Like only person who knows he's dead in Texas is Taylor Sheridan, okay, and Jimmy.
Yeah. No, and Jimmy. You thought that he was shitting on Kevin Costner, whereas I thought he was shitting on Rip, because it was Rip is calling Taylor Sheridan because he's too bitch to tell everybody himself, and Taylor Sheridan's like, "Yeah, I'll man up and I'll do your job for you."
No,
you're looking too far into it. I know they got their little coffee thing going on, but I don't.
No, yeah, I don't know. But I felt but everyone, the Montana crew knows what happened to Colby immediately. All of them know it, and all of them dealt with it. It hit all of them. Like and Teeter in particular, obviously, because that's his woman. You know what I'm saying? But like they felt it. Beth, who I can't even think of a scene that Colby and Beth were even together for any reason. Beth, who's right now trying to murder her brother, is like, I'm stopping everything and going to the bunkhouse and cleaning out his bunk. For who? What? And this is on camera. I mean, she's like, oh man, let me remember the guy I just met, I guess. Let me read. I'm like, even she took a moment to be like, oh my God. I'm like, Colby got lifted up, bruh. Because you remember how seriously, right? I mean, they lifted him up to the heavens. It was like, if his ghost comes back and talks to Teeter, I would be like, this makes sense right here. Like, so when John's dad died in a flashback, and that was impactful. We didn't even know that guy, that old man that died when they were riding the horses and the cows and shit. And that dude died, and John had to come back to be like, your husband died. Like, he knows how to do a death moment for a cowboy. Like, he knows how to do it. And Colby, like, they lifted Colby up, and I'm like, wow. I was like, I don't remember a time, bro. I can't
even bury the horse.
They even.
The
horse got more attention.
Out to get eaten.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah, I love it. Yeah. The horse they just threw to the wolves. They're like, yeah, screw that.
Fuck that. Yeah. But I mean, I want to talk about the speech with Beth though, because Jamani, I texted Jamani immediately when I watched the scene. I was like, I like the big sister angle, Chris, that you were going with, but this ain't the story. This is not the story. Like, hey, I got fucked in here. I just want to let you know the guy you call daddy nutted all up in me in this room. Anyway, don't feel guilty that a man died saving you. These are not the stories. I hated myself when my mom died because she looked into my eyes and said, this is your fault. I'm dying because of you. Like, I don't want you to forget that. And I carried that guilt for decades, but I got over it. I that's the story we need to be having right now. Not, woo, that dick was good. Anyway, get over yourself, son.
That dick was good. You saw like an unrated version of this episode?
He said, I met the man that I love there.
She said the man that I love. Like you taking it to straight up. Like, did you review a Tubi episode before this one? Or something like,
if Carter would have lost his girlfriend, I mean, like, she broke up with him, right? Yeah. That's the story you tell. Your girlfriend moves away because she's going to school in another. That's the story you tell. Yeah. There will be another love. Like, I found Rip again. Yeah. You will find your love again. Not a man died trying to save you, and you're like, let me tell you a story about how I got pregnant.
All her combos has been like that with Carter. If you go back to season 3, I'm sorry, you're not going to get the big motherly thing with Beth. Even when the most motherly thing that she can ever do is the way that Beth is. You know what I mean? And then, like, if you go back to season 3, when Carter's father died, I guess when he was in the hospital, she gave pretty much. Matter of fact, she went even more raw, just talking about, like, yeah, people die all the time. I'm like, damn, damn.
But Chris, you know what I mean? that makes sense. Like, people die. Get over that shit. Now let's go in here and have some dinner. Like, I would have took that, but just the Rip speech ain't the one.
I don't know. Just the way that was just the way she entered the room, right?
Yes.
It just seemed pervy from then on. When she laid her head on his shoulder, I was like, is he gonna get mixed signals and go in for a kiss? When she said when she was walking out of the room, and she was saying, you do have
money. No more Boardwalk Empire for you. No more.
Stop all that shit immediately.
When she walked out of the room and she told him that you do have family, I think it dashed his dreams. He was like, I liked it better when I thought we weren't family and there was possibilities.
Jamal, did you really think that for real though? You thought like she about to turn on naughty teacher on him or something?
I'm gonna say him being a teenager, he would have gotten that perception.
Not that she would be okay with it, but maybe he'd be like, "Well, I'm sorry. I got mixed signals. I'm sorry. That's not what we were doing right now. Oh, never mind. Mommy, can I call you mommy now?" But see, I truly thought this was going to end with them actually eating dinner. No, seriously, that he was going to come out, like she said, they're going to sit down and they're going to work this shit as a family now. Like, that's what I thought. Because like Rip throwing the glass and like just pouting, and she's like, if I have to be the voice of mental stability around here, we're really fucked up. And I was like, that's absolute facts right now. Like, that's she's now that's Beth. That's Beth.
Now, I found that to be problematic because she just gave it to him to throw like purposefully, and I was like, does that not ruin a set? Does that not come into any accountability? Like,
that was a storyline, actually, Jamani. Remember Stacey, she pointed to those glass and like, this is like fine china or something. She's like, we cannot mess these things up. She said that in a previous season. I do remember that set was important to her. So her being like, we just throw this shit now, like she don't care. I'm like, I feel like there was an episode that contradicted that particular moment.
Was it that set though? Was it that same one?
I feel like it was, because I think John wanted to throw one of them, and she was like, "No, that's what we're not doing." Like I feel like he wanted to throw. I feel like that happened.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like she probably thinks maybe now, like, yo, we're about to lose this house, so who gives a shit at this point?
No, I'm just kidding. I mean? I'm just bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how incompetent the law enforcement is.
Oh, I thought you were about, when you said fish to fry, I thought you were going to talk about Monica and her cooking for.
We're gonna get to that racism later, but I want to get to the incompetence of law enforcement in this episode. So again, Casey runs Montana. We just need to accept that. No, they've made no effort to go back to the governor's house to confirm any of the theories that Casey came up with. 3 guys tied my dad down. It was a group hit. None of them bothered to look into any of this shit. After they talked to Jamie, who do they call? Casey. Hey, Casey, we talked to your brother. Is that okay? Is he lying to us? Yes. What should we do next? Okay, thank you, boss. I mean, livestock agent. I'm sorry. What? Click. I'm like, what is happening? Like, why are you like, how is Casey the leader of all this shit? And like, this is irritating me. Also, Sarah died in a carjacking.
Yeah. No, that one I was like,
where they don't take the car.
I've never seen. Well, even if they do take the car, my thing is, it is very rare that you hear carjackings even like deal with like people getting popped like more than 4 times. Like you like that is very rare. Like, and it's just like it was very like right in the head. And like, yeah, and yeah, to your point, Jamani, no car, but it's like what? Like you got cameras. There's like camera. Like I was looking forward to say. I mean, I know we're in Montana, but there could be drive-bys. Believe it or not. Like, I mean, there's drive-bys everywhere.
Chris, even drive-by implies the bullets are like this. They move. Someone said, "I'm going to take your car, but I'm going to shoot you 4 times in the chest, 2 times in the head while you're still in the car, and then just walk away because I changed my mind." Like that.
Well, the blood in the car devalues it, so you don't want it anymore.
You pull said victim out of the car, and then you shoot him 5 times, and then take the car. Also,
there's a certain trajectory that shows that you're in another car when you're doing the shooting. So it's not like I just walked up on you. I'm doing a carjacking while in another car.
Okay, Jamani, now you're thinking these Montana cops are doing forensics. Okay, these are the same fuckers who missed bruises on a body because they didn't even bother to look at it. Okay, so clearly only Casey knows this from Afghanistan. That's what he should have said. Look, in Afghanistan, when we killed people, we made it look like carjackings. Please look for how many times they shot her in the chest and how many times they shot her in the head. You're right, Casey. This was an assault on her. We couldn't figure that out. I was like, this is insulting on many, many, many levels. Like, what? Also, you send 2 black men to pull this off. So when they see the black man pull the white woman out, take the car and kill her, they go carjacking. That makes sense, right? And it's not Colby because he's already on Yellowstone, so it can't be him.
Wait,
so
what? What say about black men? What
I'm saying it should, instead of hiring a white couple to kill her,
only black men can do carjackings, apparently.
David, did you really just say that?
I did. You got to work with the odds and be like, you know what? That makes sense. Then they could have sold the story.
Actually, David, you do know there's more white people that be actually doing murders during kidnapping than carjacking than black people.
I said carjacking. Kiss my ass. White people do more carjacking than black people. I would like to see those.
I'm talking about when it results to murder. No, if you want to be actually, are you kidding me?
I'm saying they could have played it better. I would took it better.
Not in Montana, ain't. There's like
you don't know that. So now you're like racist. So like the black people Montana
got bigger fish to fry, didn't they?
Let's get to the fish. Hey, Sharice, if you're watching this video, this is where I get upset. I said, why the fuck is the Native American woman turned into the maid? How did she go from teacher to activist on the reservation to now she's like, hello, Miss White Woman, do we like some breakfast? I made some eggs and some chicken. I was like, all she do is making breakfast. That's it. Like, do something with your life. Like, what? How did we get here?
Wait, wait. When you say activist, I'm like, no, she was a decoy for human trafficking. I think
no,
that
cooking in the kitchen first. Then she became a decoy.
Yeah, and I'm saying that this is a step up from playing a decoy like she was in the film.
I just felt like I wasn't okay with the optics. I wasn't okay with the optics. I'm sorry. I just felt like it was kind of weird.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't think they played it too hard. I mean, especially considering how every season there was always that white dude that was serving food the whole time. You know what I mean? Not to mention, but he's in Texas now serving them food again. So I don't like the only time. Matter of fact, this is probably the only time you ever seen a woman actually cook any food. If you want to be honest,
like you see Beth cook. I'm like, we could have mixed it up. Like
Beth even said she don't cook.
Neither did she. You never saw her be that kind of domesticated. For one,
they could have kept Summer around, and she could have made that wheatgrass.
She could have made breakfast. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck she do. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Bigger fish to fry. It just seemed kind of weird that she has become the one thing she said she didn't want to be. Like she was like, I believe in my heritage and I represent my people. I can't let the white man. Now she's like, yo, it's okay. I'll just sit here on the nice big house and hopefully we get to keep it. And I'll make some breakfast. And I'm like, what? And I was like, this is what do we do to this character? I ask. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think
that was a rewrite? London season 3 coming next year? Actually, next year. I saw a thing. So it's like 2025 or 2026. I feel like. But it's gonna be a little bit. They're still working on it. Anyway, I do agree. I disagree that Casey just walks away makes sense. He should have killed that dude or asked for the names of the people who actually killed my dad. Before I blow your brains out in front of your daughter, and I'm gonna do that. Who are the men who killed my dad? Could you write it down for me? Thank you very much. And then bam. And his brains are all over the car. And then they can call that a carjacking. And then he just walks away. And be like, hey, little girl, if anyone asks you, I tried to carjack you.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Because here's the deal. Like, especially like when you hear about people who are tortured, right? Tortured and they're fearing that they're going to die. And they'll just give up just random information. You know what I mean? Incorrect information. Maybe like he knows like now he panicked him, especially with the daughter being in the car, that since he already has every information, he's probably watching like a hawk to me like, where's he going to be randomly retreating to? Or is he going to be making a phone call? Like that's what I think is going to happen. That's why because you know right. Mo was like right there. I feel like they're already on him. They're on him and Grant's going to slip up and call because he's panicking as he was in that car. He's going to panic because obviously he's just a shot caller. He's just a shot caller. That's all he is. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Casey is going to come around and then like get him. You know what I mean? And then but not before Grant's going to make a couple phone calls like, yo, this dude is on to us. You know what I mean? And all this other shit. You know.
I say forget all that. I don't know what the next 2 episodes hold, but even if it doesn't have anything to do with anything, I just want to see the little daughter and what happens when she goes home. How is the father going to get her not to tell the mother? Like, what happens when she does tell the mother? I don't know. I'm very fascinated.
You want to see that?
He's going to be like, Mommy, the livestock agent.
Right. What did you say? The livestock agent. Because, hey, let's get to this. Tell me that an operator, like Casey said, you made no effort to case out the family. That doesn't make sense. But Casey has been on television. Casey murdered like 3 or 4 people in the street when he led the livestock commission and the local law enforcement when he killed the people that kidnapped his son. He was going to run for governor. He's the son of the governor. How do you go, I can't, Casey Dutton. I can't picture it. I'm sorry.
All he needed was that hoodie, the black hoodie. That's all.
Stop it. Do you know who I am? I have no clue who you are. Please introduce yourself. I was like, what? My name is Ho. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this doesn't make sense. I was like, come on, bro. He should be like, I'm the one who knocks. Like, oh shit, it's you. I knew. Also, his friend was able to find the CEO, but not the operators. It should.
I thought the friend was in on it. I thought the friend was in on it at first. You know what I mean? Until the only is like no joke, I was sure because he's like, oh yeah, I just came back in the country or whatever we saw in the previous episode.
Yeah.
I was like, a part of me was thinking like, oh fuck, was it one of him? Because he said, yeah, I'll make a few phone calls, but he correctly got the right guy, and now I'm starting to think maybe not then because I'm thinking like,
let's go down this road. If
Yeah.
he would have been like, those are my buddies, and they were doing the mission while I was going, we should have saw it. I feel like the operator should have been first. Then they give up the boss. Then they give up Sarah. Like, that's a logical leap of how we get from point A to point B to C. Like, to be like, I jumped from Sarah to the boss. I bet you we don't even see the operators. I bet you they're just gonna move the fuck on. Like, we're moving on. I don't think even John's gonna get a funeral at this point.
It's only 2 episodes
left.
Yeah.
I'm like, they this should have been a Ray Donovan movie. Like, and they could wrap this shit up. Like, they did it. They did, like, they showed the
I know. No, you're right. Yeah.
I was like, cause this is some bullshit, bro. Like, I don't know what we do. Anyway, again, I do like Kobe. Stacey, what are your thoughts? What should Beth do now? What should Casey do now?
I already told y'all he needs to suicide Jamie.
What about the train station though?
What about the train station? If he
Sorry,
killed Jamie, who's going to snitch about the train station?
No, I'm saying they should take him to the train station. You want him?
He needs to be suicided.
Oh,
but what about his child? What happens to his child?
Where is that kid?
Like what?
Oh, wait a minute. They suicide Jamie, and then Beth takes the child, and it's like, now this is my baby, and then she raises the child. Oh shit! Like, that's what we doing now. Now Beth is like, I have a little one, and it's okay now. I got my own little child, and then Carter gets upset and kills the baby because he's like, I can't have competition. And then like,
Game of Thrones or Ramsey?
Like, I didn't want to do it. He's like, I didn't want to do it, but I was like, he took my place.
He just feeds the baby to the wolves. Like
no, I don't think it would be Carter. I think it would be Tate. He does it during a night terror or something.
That we never got to his trauma because he needs to have some trauma. I feel like so. But again, I'm still waiting for the rest of the crew to find out that John is dead. It just be nice. They'd be like, so we're selling everything? What would John say? Oh, John's dead. Also, he passed away. No, he was killed. There's a very big difference. Like it wasn't cancer. Like he was killed. Like they make it seem like he just fell asleep and never.
I don't think he wanted. So okay, so that is just what he told Taylor that with Jimmy, and he purposely also didn't go into detail. You know what I mean? So that's why he kept it like that. You know, so I understand on Rick's point of view why he just said it like that. You know what I mean? So wait, what? I didn't hear that.
He said because they don't have internet in Texas.
No, they have internet in Texas. Yeah. They just don't have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just felt like that's why he kind of was very vague with it. And I gotta be all right, I get it. Taylor Sheridan's character is supposed to be like a no nonsense dude, but like, he is so annoyed with the whole thing. Like just like I was telling you how annoyed I got with Rick going into Tater or whatever. I get it. You're not the biggest fan of Jimmy. It's like, but the whole like, yo, man, you were two steps from dumb, you dumb fuck. And then I'm like,
yeah,
okay, like this dude, like this, it's just, I don't know. Like, it gets kind of old. It makes me think he's an asshole in real life. You know what I mean? Because that's all I keep seeing of him right now. You know what I mean? It doesn't do very good for him. You know, as a person. You know.
To your point, Chris.
You know,
they put. Next to Walker, Jimmy has had more than Walker. Jimmy has had a story arc, right? Like he's supposed to be mature now. He's supposed to be settled now. Like he ain't supposed to be the dumbass that we saw in seasons 1 and 2. Like that's the conversation you would have with first Jimmy. Right. This Jimmy should have his stuff together. So the fact that he's still treated like that doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't show a lot of respect for the character that Taylor has written up until this point.
I'm also confused. Wasn't okay. Jimmy got married, right?
No, he has a girlfriend. He got engaged, I think.
Oh, he got engaged. Isn't his woman in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it that Taylor brought up to him saying like, "Oh, you over there missing your lady or whatever"? Wouldn't she just be kind of down the street?
I can't remember. I feel no, I remember. I know what you're saying. I think he makes it seem like she went on some type of mission or stuff because she's a veterinarian. She's a veterinarian. So it's like I thought
she's
she was
like
at the
a traveling like a traveling nurse or something like that. Or something like that.
if you will. But no, I think to your point, I think she's still at the 4-6s. I don't remember her leaving. I don't remember her leaving.
I just thought that was a very interesting choice of words, unless they broke up or something. I don't know.
No. No, they're still together. But like I feel like she went on a trip, or maybe he writes the story.
I think she lives in like town, and he lives on the ranch. Remember, he was like showering in the stables or whatever when they started going out. So I'm like, I think he lives on the ranch, and she
lives in a house.
Yeah.
She lives in a house. But I think they got engaged. I swear they got engaged one evening.
No, they did. For some reason I thought they got married. But you're right. That's right. It was she showed a ring to the barrel race, to the barrel runner or whatever that other girl.
That's right. When they went to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fighting over Jimmy. Come on, bro. Like you got women fighting over this dude, but somehow he's still a dumbass. I'm like,
yeah.
It's like, nah, bro. Like, yo, I'm sorry, your man chose me, girl. I was like, he ain't the one. He is not the one. Like Rip maybe, but like not Jimmy. Like even Colby makes sense, but not Jimmy. Not Jimmy. Lloyd makes sense. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe Ryan. Maybe.
right.
I keep forgetting the dude's name. Like Kobe's kind of like Ryan in the sense of like we barely see. If anything, we just. I keep forgetting that Ryan is a part-time cop. You know what I mean? Like until like he uses his badge or
agent. He's a livestock agent, so he only gets deputized when Casey says he's deputized, and then they ride out, and then they can just murder anybody in the streets. So I wait. That's the last episode. That's the last
episode.
That's what he could have done. He could have just murdered dude and be like, "I'm a livestock agent. He was stealing cows. I had to put him down." Like this could have been easy.
He had rabies. He fell under the category of livestock, so I had no choice but to kill him. What? He killed 3 horses. I had no choice. I had to. It's in my jurisdiction.
Yeah, he could put that dead horse in the trunk. He'd be like, "See, look, I found the horse in the trunk."
Stacy, he works with Rip to be like, bring the horse here. He killed the horse, so we had to kill him. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Somehow he trained the horse to kill Colby. Like, how is that possible? I was like, he was a special ops horse that they rode in Afghanistan. Go with me on this one. So anyway, the crazy 3-year-old stud or whatever that they were trying to send to Mexico, is that the one that killed Colby?
Yeah.
So that's why like Rip was like, it's my fault because I should have got rid of this horse a long time ago. And he killed Colby. That's it. Glue. They can make glue out of them, right? I mean, I thought also.
Horses?
Huh?
Is that still a thing?
I thought it was. Like maybe just like not humane glue that's not made out of horses. I don't know.
Or those IKEA meatballs.
That's horse.
And make what? Make who?
IKEA meatballs.
Yeah.
IKEA meatballs.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
IKEA, like what? Like you go into IKEA and they give you meatballs? What?
Yeah.
What?
There's still meatballs in IKEA.
They do. I don't know. I don't know.
Like they have like a food court and they're like,
oh really? I don't know. I'm a straight dude. Okay, all right. But anyway,
I've heard. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've only heard of it. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm an ally. Okay, I'm an ally. All right,
Chris. We are getting off track, sir. Okay, we're getting off track. So I'm saying, okay. So I just feel like Beth was supposed to be trying to kill Jamie, and so she took a break to help Colby's family. I don't think we're ever going to see the mom. So we need Beth and Jamie to come up with a plan. To take, excuse me, Beth. So we need Beth and Casey to come up with a plan to take out Jamie sometime soon. Okay, like we need to get to this. And John's funeral is going to be off camera, and then there's going to be like, "Hey guys, Dad's dead. We buried him right next to Mama and stuff." And then Casey's going to be right there. Casey has not made the choice. Casey's not walking away from the series. Like he's going in the ground. I feel like he's going in the ground.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Shoot, all the conversations you've been having with Tate. At first I was like maybe, and then I'm like, man, 2 episodes back to back with Tate when they're talking about life and death. I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, would you like to be buried here? When I heard that, I was like, wow. I was like, why did Taylor just say that you about to off Casey? Like, was like, why? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he'll do like a psych, and then Casey doesn't die. But the fact that you even heard Tate say, "I don't want to be burying you too," I'm like, oh, so you know what I mean? So
I mean, I think
Can we get the chat to tell us whether or not they think Monica's pregnant or not? Because
who?
Monica. He think Monica's pregnant, so that's how they're gonna carry on the Dutton legacy, like to another generation.
Well,
You couldn't just do that with Tate. Why you have to have a second kid?
right. I mean, just in case.
Why
Hey,
it only makes sense with as much as they talk about them making out and they need a room and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was totally.
But another kid ain't even gonna know the grandpa to even try to take on the legacy of some nigga he don't even know. Like, you know,
that's exactly the point. He will take on his Native American roots and become like the covert agent.
Okay, maybe. Sure. To your point, the new Casey that we're seeing is now embracing more Native American stuff now. So, which means, yeah, maybe the kid will be more native and of cultural sense.
What? Casey's not even native. Monica's not even native.
No, I'm talking about the way he's embracing the culture.
Yeah, I get you. Well, Mo is helping him. He needs like Mo is his partner in this. I give it. Mo and Rainwater need to do something with the fact that their people are about to be fucking homeless, or about to have messed up. Like they ain't doing a lot to kind of get this thing off the ground, buddy.
Who was guarding Rainwater while Mo was on his side mission?
That lady. Did he have like a lady? I felt like he had a lady bodyguard or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about something else.
You think about the lawyer. You think about
she
the
did.
lawyer. No. It was a lawyer. She was a hardcore lawyer. She was kind of like the Native American version of Beth. And she actually turned against him because she was trying to get a younger person to take Rainwater's place. Because she was like hardcore, like reservation. And she felt like Rainwater was selling out. And then that didn't work. And then she just kind of disappeared. That's who you're thinking about.
So somebody mentioned in 1883 when they gave the land to the Duttons, the Native American guy said this is coming back to us in 7 generations.
Yes.
So I'm not sure which generation Tate and the other future baby is, but maybe
that's them getting
the land.
I'm hoping
they marry Native women, and then it goes back to
the people.
Yes.
I'm hoping that he does try to tie it to the prequel where somehow Rainwater and crew gets the land back in some type of way. Maybe not all of it, but a piece of it. And then maybe we hear the daughter, the great granddaughter again. When she's like, yes, now I'm with my Native American people and my Dutton family. And perhaps, but that if not, they'll kind of make the whole prequel like unnecessary. And that was a good story. But anyway, I would say that tied together. All right. Any final predictions, Jamani?
I have no idea how this is supposed to end. I'm like, where are we going with this? Yeah, I'm like, we've already had the Casey. I guess it's not face to face because it was, head to back of face to back of head or something like that with Grant. So I'm like, what more is there to do other than the cops to say we have the warrant and we found whatever in Jamie's house to convict him? Like, okay,
I think he's just gonna get killed, bro. Like, we only got 2 more episodes. We ain't got time for any kind of law enforcement bullshit. I think Beth puts a bullet in him and Rip takes him to the train station, and that's just gonna be it. And then Casey will call law enforcement and tell them to stop looking into it, and they'll be like, "Okay, Casey, because you're a livestock agent," and then that'll be it. They don't have time for a big legal drama with Jamie. Unfortunately,
that sounds like if next episode was the last episode. But I'm like, how do you string that along for
2 episodes?
Yeah, and I'm like, the guys from Texas are coming back to Montana. So as far as I know, unless Jamie, Jimmy is the only one who's just like still in Texas because he doesn't want to take, the week or the time off that he was given. So what are we gonna see when everybody comes back into town? Is it going to become like a little militia or a mob of people? Like
It's one
we
guy.
must all go and kill Jamie together or something like that.
No, it's just going to be a massive. It's going to be Tony Stark's death. That's what it is. It's going to be like a panoramic shot of everyone showing up, of anyone who's ever had even a scene with them. You know what I mean? It's like
even Summer.
Yes,
Summer might come back.
Summer never left. She's still at the airport. She's just sleeping on the bench.
She ain't got no money.
She ain't got no
money. So she realized that she broke. So she's gonna go back to Yellowstone.
Yeah, she a felon. She a felon, and she ain't got. She a felon.
She got no job, bro.
She
So
got no
she's gonna
job.
go back to like, can I please
Yeah,
work
man.
here? I'll stay in the bunkhouse.
Yeah, Summer will definitely be back, bro. Yeah, because she ain't got nowhere else to go.
I'm like, they're gonna milk this whole Teeter being left with nothing other than a cowboy hat. I'm like, that's gonna be like a whole 10 minutes in and of itself. So Taylor Sheridan is looking to stretch out some time for the next 2 episodes. Well, I'm just glad we're done with the flashbacks. Like we're in present day and we're gonna stay there.
True.
You hope.
Yeah. No, I think we're done. I think again, I think it was because of stuff he already filmed. Remember, I was saying like because I even said like eventually the flashback's going to end because it was stuff that he already pre-filmed before the whole Kevin Costner thing.
I pray you're right. I pray we move forward with 2 episodes. I put nothing past Taylor at this point. I mean, it could be a flash forward to your point, a generation of a generation, and now Carter and Tate are the adults, and we see them riding the range somehow, because somehow they saved the land, and then they tell the story. They tell the story about how the land was saved, by Dad Casey and Rip and that kind of shit. Because I think that's the only way it works, if they push forward and show you that there's a future to the Yellowstone that's not over. And somehow. I think.
I'm like, as Lloyd being the old person, I think, that like the last 10, 15 minutes of the series will be him dying and Yellowstone,
David, I told you Lloyd got to go. I told you.
We don't have time for that. If Lloyd died, he would have to have.
We have time with Kobe was such a background character, and he died. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm saying, like, okay, if we take this to the average show ending, half the cast dies by now. Lloyd and fucking Cart would have been dead by now anyway. Like Kobe would have been first. Like Lloyd would have been dead by now.
No,
and then
I agree, because I'm saying before we had all of these flashbacks and. That wasn't even. That was like a season filler that we got for the first 3 episodes. Now we're present day, and now the killing has started to let you know that it's the final season.
If there was an army of special operators that took out John, and seriously, they're gonna go gun for gun in the streets of some bullshit, and like Tombstone or something. I could see that being something. I could see that being something. But all we saw was
like
3
the
mass
end of,
figures.
what was that? The end of season 3 where John was shot on the side of the road and that was blown up.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they did something like that, then that could be something. And then, Teeter's like, I'm doing this for her man got killed by a horse, so never mind. But like something like never mind. Like she's like, I got that fucking horse. Where's that fucking horse?
I got that from bitch. I love that from bitch.
I want her to piss on that horse's That's what I want. I want her to be like, that's for my man, bitch. I was like, I need her. So she takes and she somehow he said his words to her were, you need to go find another job, basically. I'm not telling you why, you're just going to do something else with your life. And she puts on the hat and just rides off and say, hey, I'm listening to my man, I'm going somewhere else, this is not place, not for me. Now she's gone. They don't have to kill everybody, they just got to get rid of these characters so she can ride off and be like, I'm going somewhere else to start all over again. Do
you remember the scene at the end of the scene, like in the beginning when she was talking to Kobe on the to your point about Kobe said, hey, like, it's not my place to say, but we're gonna have to probably find what else to do. He said, you got any ideas? And she didn't reveal it, but she said, yeah, I got an idea. Like, but she didn't say it like a smirk, like, yeah, I got an idea of what to do with you. Like, it just seemed like she had like she knew what she wanted to do. You know what I mean? So to your point, actually, it wasn't until you just said that I was like, oh shit, maybe that's the angle they'll do. Like maybe she will take his cowboy hat and she'll then reveal what she wants to do, and
Yeah.
even then she'll get her own spinoff of nothing but subtitled, things with her because we ain't gonna understand what she said.
What the fuck she said?
Yo, when you said that, all I could think about was Godfather of Harlem. How they said Kobe's mother's coming to get his stuff. I'm like, all I could think about is Stella when she moved in with her boyfriend, her dead boyfriend's mother.
Oh.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, Teeter moves in with Kobe's mother, and that's a show in and of itself.
Well,
Ooh.
I don't know about show, but that would be a white woman. That's what I'm waiting for. You. That's why he died. I told him. That would be hilarious. That would be fucking. I don't know why that would tickle me so much.
They should have used a white horse to kill him. Make it like truly racist.
Oh, that would be good.
Ooh.
That would be good.
See, the way they did it with this is black on black crime.
Yeah, and then what do? They fed the one black thing into the wolves. So,
all right, we're all stretching now. But I'm so like, wait, what? Remember? No, okay. Let's for some reason we're going. No, they did shoot the horse. I mean, because that's not the first time when Rip had to shoot the horse because the horse was dying and ran to the nail or some shit, and then John had to shoot a horse at the beginning of the series. So like, but I don't remember any of them getting fed to anything like that. They're fed to the wolves though. To your point.
No. Well, let's be real. He didn't get buried because he basically killed one of their own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, it was purposely like, yo, fuck that horse. Like literally, like that. No, because they said before, like they bury their horses. They always bury their horses, but this horse basically killed one of our own. Fuck him. We're gonna feed him.
I think there was a horse buried with the rider. Didn't that happen? I feel like they buried a.
Didn't they have a funeral for it? They had like a little.
I feel it was like with the kid. It was with the kid. I feel like they put the kid next to the horse or some shit. When
oh yeah,
you remember?
Yes. It was when Monica lost the baby because it was like good luck or something like that. Like like the soul will carry on that horse or something. Yes.
It was like Casey's child got a horse death or some shit, and like they buried it with the horse or some craziness. I don't know. I remember that. All right, come on. I gotta eat the steak. All right, Stacey. Anything else?
There's a rumor that Kevin Costner's in the finale in some type of way. I don't know how true that is.
As clickbait.
Voiceover, a ghost, a flashback. I don't know.
He is still the executive producer of the show at the end of every episode.
So.
Yeah.
Because it's still season 5 and the beginning of season 5 he was there. So I don't think anyone wants to go in the editing booth and change it for part 2. You know what I mean?
That's what AI is for. They can just split.
Did you see the AI Tupac cowboy thing that they put out? Anyway.
No, but I'm gonna watch it now.
Do your Googles. Fun fact, Montana only has 0.6% Negroes. So trying to wrangle enough of them to stage a drive-by probably wouldn't be an efficient method. David?
I'm saying they're operators. They came from Afghanistan. I'm saying they're not local. I'm saying they could hire a couple people and send them back to DC or something. I don't know. Anyway,
they got to come all the way from DC though. All right.
Chicago.
And be like, hell, he's like, yo, let's hurry this up so I can go to Ben's Chili Bowl after this.
We'll get some fried chicken and waffles.
Oh shit, that's right. Alex Cross is gonna come help out. Anyway, okay.
No, we'll see what happens. Please help us reach 500 views.
I'm sorry, slow finger. Excuse me. No, sorry.
500 views for video and 2,500 subscribers by December 15th.
Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow for madness. And I'm blaming you for it if I don't like it. Okay. What? I'm sorry. What?
I just cut her off. Why?
You can blame me for this bullshit.
No, I'm sure it won't be that bad. If Jamani, he was like, nah. So,
oh wow, Jamani said no.
Oh, hilarious.
Damn.
All right, now I'm hanging up on you. All right, Chris. Any final words?
Hang on, with two episodes left. Yeah, I mean, we said this every other episode, like, yo, we gotta move this along, you know. And then we get an episode where it's 65% Kobe. You know what I mean? So, so man, I'm done at predicting anything at this point. Oh my god. So and we barely had a 3-minute scene with Jamie in this one. What? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, next episode, maybe Beth and Jamie will finally get their final showdown, but probably not. I feel like the next episode, I'm gonna be honest with you, the way it looks like the next episode will probably most likely be everyone from Texas going to be gone to Montana. They're going to be fed the news, and now we're going to have to deal with like them kind of taking it all in with everything, and then Carter, and then we'll have to see Carter going up to Tater and be like, I'm so sorry, and then they're going to have their moment, and then Tater's going to give little Carter some advice similar to Beth, except she's going to be more raw with it. You know what I mean? So, and then Jemani's going to look at that scene and be like, okay, this is where Carter's going to go in for the kiss. Like, like no, like no, I was like no. And then I don't know, maybe we'll get another death or something, and then yeah, I'm done at predicting at this point. All I know is that final episode, bodies need to be dropped. Okay, you know what I mean? Jamie needs to die. I used to think maybe he should go to prison, but Beth was right. He knows way too much. You know what I mean? He's got to get got. And I feel like Beth might go, hell, Casey at this point now, especially after that combo. So I don't know. That's pretty much it. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Chris. Boop. All right, Jemani, any final words, my friend?
December 15th is next week, so tell a friend to subscribe, like those likes up, get at us in the comments with those predictions and all of that. So see you tomorrow for the next video.
Thanks, Jemani. All right, guys. Actually, and team don't know this, we won't be on next week because I'm gonna be in California, so we're gonna be off next week anyway. So we'll see what happens when I come back. And then we'll do it the 20 something, and then we'll do this all over again. But tomorrow we're gonna do Madness. I'm start watching it tonight so I can get through these episodes. And then we're gonna say goodbye to Lioness season 2. Apparently tomorrow, tomorrow's the last episode according to Jemani. So we're gonna see how that silliness wraps up. And what is it like when you kill Chinese scientists in Iran? Starting off with cartels kidnapping a U.S. congressperson. Anyway, we'll get to all that. Thank you so much. Games of London is the rawest shit on. It was. It's pretty hardcore. It's pretty hardcore. Maybe that's why they're taking so long. They're trying to figure out how they can ramp up the ante next season. But we will review it. They're all just basically heroin dealers. And I was like, that's very anticlimactic when I think about it. Anyway, have a good night. See y'all. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead?
Oh shit. Casey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.